Hi there, my name is Jason Wyatt, and this week's assignment was to do a demonstration video. And the demonstration video I'm going to be doing for you today is teaching someone how to tie their shoes. Now, in tying shoes, girls learn to tie their shoes on average right around the age of 6. Boys, on the other hand, take a little bit longer, and the average boy learns how to tie a shoe by age 7. And that's something we could speed up if we're willing to take the time and not take the shortcuts. And so no Velcro shoes, no sandals. Go ahead and buy them the shoes that they're going to struggle with and teach them. And in teaching them, there are many different techniques you can find out on the internet. There are 3 in particular that I'm going to take a look at with you with this demonstration video. And what we're going to start off with first is going to be called the bunny ears technique. And the bunny ears technique is a very simple technique. It's probably how most of you have learned to tie your shoes. And let me go ahead and we'll demonstrate that for you. And so we've got a shoe. What we're going to do with all 3 techniques I'm going to show you is we're going to start off with just simply crossing the laces. Crossing the laces, so the shoe lace should look like this. And you're an adult, so you probably are thinking this is pretty simple, pretty cheesy. But I have to tell you, if you take the time and put a technique to it, put a thought to it, it'll be much easier to teach the young one that you have in your life how to tie their shoe. So as we cross the laces, once again, we're going to be working on the bunny ears technique. We're going to make our bunny ears. You can have some fun with that. There's our bunny ears right there. And what we're going to do with the bunny ears is we're very simply going to go one bunny ear around the other, underneath the bunny ear, and through, and then pull. There you go. And we have our first technique in tying a shoe called the bunny ears. I'm going to cover that with you before the video is over again. Let's go on to the second technique. The second technique we're going to be looking at is going to be called the magic fingers, Once again, we're going to start off with crossing over our laces, just like we did with the bunny ears. Okay, and then what we want to do with magic fingers is we want to take and we want to spread them across like this, and then we would just want to tuck, and we want to pull. And as you guys can tell, this is actually probably not the way that I learned to tie a shoe. But it can be effective if that's the way you're teaching. So that's called the magic fingers. Okay. The third and final way is my favorite way. I think this is probably the way that I learned. And when the assignment first came out, but this is the first thing that come to mind, was Adam Sandler in the movie Big Daddy. Thought he had a child. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a great movie. But thought he had a child. The child was with him. They woke up early in the morning. He wanted to go to breakfast, but the kid needed to put on his shoes. So he yells at him, "Hurry up and put on your shoes." And he says, "But I can't." And Adam comes over and he starts to teach him. And of course, Adam just does it for him. But he gives the idea of loop, swoop, and pull. And I really like this one. I think this would be the best for most. But you work with what's best with your little one. And so loop, swoop, and pull, the next technique. Once again, we're going to cross over our lace, just like we did with the first 2 techniques. Okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make our loop, a lot like the bunny ears. The difference is we're going to do a swoop instead, and then we're going to pull. Loop, swoop, and pull. The neat thing about this technique is you could tell the child that you're teaching to repeat this, say it as they do it. So as they make the loop, have them say loop. As they swoop, tell them to say swoop. And as they pull, tell them to say pull. It will help them remember, help them learn how to tie their shoe much faster. Okay, and so just as a quick reminder in tying shoes, our original type of tying shoe, all of them started off with this process, crossing the laces. But the first one was going to be bunny ears. And so the bunny ears technique, there's our bunny ears. Bunny goes around, under and through. And now you've tied your shoe. That's technique number 1. Technique number 2, once again, we're going to start off with crossing of the laces. The one that I struggled with really bad, so it might be a hard one to teach a kid unless this is the one you learn with. It's called magic fingers. Okay, and the magic fingers, just like that. And now your shoe's tied. And the third technique, the final technique, the technique that I like the best, in honor of Adam Sandler, is going to be the loop, the swoop, and the pull. Now you've got your shoe tied. I'd like to thank you for your time and watching my demonstration video on how to tie your shoe.